Imagine grinding for 10 hours straight, acquiring boxes of guns and resources, and then waking up the next day and this is what's left. That would suck, and that happens quite often. And to prevent that, I will show you a few ways to keep your base from getting raided. And a lot of these methods will not require tons of resources, so even solos that play the game casually can follow them. So let's waste no time and let's begin with probably the most obvious one, and that is to make your base expensive to raid. But I don't mean that in the sense of building big ass complicated Zerg bases which will cost tons of resources to build. I'd rather recommend finding something like a god rock or a cave in which you can build extremely strong bases for stupidly cheap prices. The new terrain update opens so many possibilities like this, and when pairing these insane build locations with 2 or 3 bunkers and layers of honeycomb, you can easily reach like a 50 rocket raid cost on wipe day, which realistically no one's raiding. One really nice bonus tip which increases the raid cost by I think 8 rockets is the vending machine TC bunker, and you can fit it in pretty much every single base. Just have any sorts of triangle core and then place your TC exactly like this. Then just place a frame which should be twig at first in case you mess it up, and then just place your vending machine right in front of it. If done correctly, you should be able to loot your TC, but try it out in a build server before doing it in a wipe, because if you mess it up it would be bad. The next topic on the list is not to mess with large groups, because it doesn't matter how strong a base is, a 20-man Zerg can raid it. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't mess with them at all. I'm just asking you to be smart about it, meaning after making that play for the juicy AK, don't run straight back to your base. Instead, deposit your loot in a secondary base or take a longer route home and make sure that no one's following you. In short, just don't let them know where you live and try keeping your enemies to a minimum, because most people only raid for revenge or for loot, and if your base doesn't look worth the expensive raid cost or you have a keylock on the front door, then they probably won't raid you because they are looking for profit. That is of course only the case if you haven't pissed them off and they're not mad at you, so keep a low profile. Up until now, I have assumed that you have enough time to build a decently strong base to protect your loot. But what if you only want to build a 2x1 because you don't have much time, or you just don't want to have to farm the upkeep? Well, then I'll show you exactly how you can survive in one of these. What you shouldn't do is build a regular 2x1 in a hype-up area, because that is going quickly. You see, if you don't have any information about it, then a 2x1 is literally a gamble to raid. It could have absolute dogshit, or it could be a clan's flank base with endless kits. But that is usually a gamble worth taking, so big groups will literally go around and raid every single 2x1. Some bases although will be spared, and that is those which actually look like dogshit, because then they think they're smart. But if you disguise your base as a raided or decayed base, then they will probably overlook it and you'll be safe. So when logging off in a 2x1, just make it look griefed, and that way you should survive that night. And now for the last tip, which can be applied to every base, is the choice of base location. As building in a hype-up area is dangerous for your base, and building right next to a clan is obviously dangerous too. So build in a chill area and your base should survive longer. But following that tip really depends on your playstyle, as some people like messing with clans and are fine with getting raided, and many just like the thrill of a hype-up area, knowing the base is a danger every second. So if you don't want to get raided, then I hope this video helped you, and if that is so, then I think that deserves a sub. And I of course hope to see you next time. Bye bye.